Welcome everybody that's joined us so far. We're just going to give it a couple more minutes just to allow a little bit more time for other people that might be just trying to figure out the technology or find their way into the room. So we might just kick off at about 2 minutes past 6. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Welcome to our 2025 Kindergarten Information Session. This is the second year we've delivered a kindergarten information session, and originally it came about after we noticed some common questions and themes during our kindergarten registration and enrolment process. Kindergarten registrations for 2026 enrolments open next Monday on the 3rd of March, so we thought it might be timely to reach out to the community again. This session will run for approximately 20 to 30 minutes. It's being recorded and it will be placed on the Mirrabul Shire Council website for families to view again later or for other families to view it at a convenient time if they can't make it today. I'd like to open our information session today with an acknowledgement of country. Council respectfully acknowledges the traditional owners of the land, which includes the Wurundjeri Woiwurrung, the Wadawurrung and the Dja Dja Wurrung people. We pay our respects to the elders past, present and emerging. You'll hear from a variety of people today, some from Council and some from our wonderful partners. Firstly, our Council officers include Leanne McNear, who is the Child and Family Business Support Officer. And this is the person that you're most likely going to be speaking to over the phone if you call us at the Early Years team. Miff Jennings is the team leader of the Early Years and Youth Services. My name is Angela Clark. I'm the coordinator of Early Years and Youth Services. And lastly from Council is Karen McDonald, who is the team leader of our Maternal and Child Health Service. Joining us from ECMS, one of our 3 kindergarten early years managers is Magda Kutsivos, and from Babanik Bubuk, a Western Health Koori early years program, is Alana Ross. As previously mentioned, we have taken note of some common questions and themes that appear throughout our kindergarten registration and enrolment period. We hope that this session will help to address some of these common questions and themes and offer some insight into what happens behind the scenes at this exciting time for families. To keep within time today, we won't allow time for Q&A. However, we do strongly encourage you to reach out to us if you have any more questions after the session. Today, we'll look at what is the value of early childhood education, the priority of access criteria for kindergarten registrations, the differences between the registration and enrolment process, and what are some of the supports available to families. Starting with the benefits of kindergarten, I'd like to pass on to Magda Kutsivos from ECMS. Thank you, Magda. Magda, I'm not sure if you might not realise you're on mute.
Hi, everybody. Can you hear me now?
Loud and clear. Thank you, Magda.
Thank you. The benefits of 3-year-old and 4-year-old kindergarten. Early childhood helps set children up for a bright future. Attending 2 years of quality kindergarten has great benefits of future education outcomes. Children learn skills they'll take with them throughout their life. What will your child experience at kindergarten? They will develop their social skills, build their self-awareness, understanding their feelings and the feelings of others, foundations of language, literacy and numeracy, and growing their joy for learning. In short, kindergarten is an early childhood program for young children aged 3 to 5 led by an early childhood teacher. As part of a significant commitment to early learning by the government here in Victoria, all children are now eligible for 2 years of funded kindergarten. During play, children learn life skills such as confidence, how to develop and sustain relationships, emotional regulation, problem solving, and empathy. Our teaching teams create a safe and fun place for children to explore their environment and challenging themselves within play. Engaging in risky play helps children learn problem solving, persistence, and resilience. Play is a great way for children to learn in kindergarten. We provide a variety of play experience that cater to different learning styles and interests. Through play, children can explore their interests, experiment with ideas, and develop their creativity, problem-solving skills, and the ability to collaborate with others. We use everyday activities and routines as fun learning opportunities. Pretending, creating, and helping allows your child to discover new things. Play helps children learn about themselves and where they fit into the world. Play is often social. It involves other children. Social play gives your child a chance to practice getting along with other children and to learn new skills. Play supports children's development in all areas, from social and emotional to cognitive and physical. What age can your child start kinder? 3 and 4-year-old kindergarten is now available and free for all eligible children. Free kinder is available in sessional and some long day services. Children born between January and April can choose which year to start kindergarten. However, children can't start kinder until they are 3 years old. If you would like more information about when your child is ready to start kindergarten, please contact the MCH nurses or the early years team on 5366 7100. Tips for preparing your child for kindergarten. Be positive. Talk to your child about what they will be doing at kindergarten. Borrowing books from the library and reading together. Encourage your child to dress themselves and practice taking jackets off, opening drink bottles, opening lunch boxes, and have everything labelled with their name on it. Practice either driving or walking to kindergarten to start building a routine. For any additional information, we have the wonderful Kinder Mythbusters with lots of information and many questions that parents ask. And we also have a great program with Transition Thursdays that is happening through council.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Magda. So a key part of the state government's Best Start, Best Life reform is the offering of free kindergarten. And as Magda started to touch on, this supports access to 2 years of quality kindergarten programs for Victorian children. Free kindergarten is available through funded 3 and 4-year-old kindergarten, pre-prep at participating sessional and long daycare services. Council partners with Mirabel's sessional kindergartens to offer the central registration and enrolment process. At Council, we prepare the registrations for Balan Community Kinder, Ballan Early Education, that's the newest kindergarten in Ballan. Wallace and District Kindergarten, Darley Kindergarten, West Madingley Kindergarten, Young Street Preschool, and Bacchus Marsh Montessori Uniting Kindergarten. If you are registering through our central registration and enrolment process to access one of these kindergartens, please be aware that you need to register each kindergarten year for each of your children. So, for example, if you currently have a child in 3-year-old kindergarten, you will need to register them again in this year for 4-year-old kindergarten next year. For kindergarten offered through long day care services, it's best to contact the service directly to learn if they offer access to the Free Kinder initiative. Please be aware that there could still be a gap fee for kindergarten through long day care, and it's best to speak to the service about what that might look like for you. When we receive registrations at Council, we are required by the Department of Education to apply something called the priority of access. This means that in instances where more children apply for a place at a kindergarten services than there are places available, we are required to prioritise children who are considered high priority children. This is called Priority 1. The Department of Education has identified that children at risk of abuse or neglect, including children in out-of-home care, Aboriginal and/or Torres Strait Islander children, asylum seeker and refugee children, a child with a disability or developmental delay, or a child that meets the criteria for the kindergarten fee subsidy, so something like a healthcare card, are considered high priority children. Following the Department of Education's priority of access, we at Council then apply our own local criteria. In order, Council's priority criteria includes what becomes priority 2, continuity. This is a new priority introduced by Council this year and is informed by feedback we got from the community. It means that we will do our best to ensure that children who are currently enrolled in 3-year-old kindergarten can remain at the same kindergarten for their 4-year-old kindergarten year. We understand the importance of this to families, to the outcomes for children, and to the kindergarten providers. However, we cannot guarantee this as we always have to we have to apply priority 1 first. Priority 3 is Moorabool resident. So we understand that attending kinder in your local area is important to families. Priority 4, multiple siblings, is another new priority that's been introduced by Council this year, as families have shared the need to have siblings at the same centre at the same time. Priority 5 is community connection. This is where we can consider registrations where the child may not live in Moorabool, however the family have connections to the community through work or education. Finally, priority 6 is where we will consider non-Moorabool residents on a case-by-case basis if there are spaces remaining after both rounds of registration. So when are our rounds of registration? As I mentioned previously, round 1 opens on Monday, the 3rd of March. Please be aware that we do not offer a first in, best dressed policy to registrations, and that registrations are processed together at the end of each round. Round 1 ends at the end of May. We'll process the offers and send an email out to families with their offer within the first week of June. June is the start of round 2, which is open until the end of July. Again, offers will be processed and sent out to families in the first week of August. To talk to you about what happens once we receive your registration, I'd like to pass on to Council's Business Support Officer, Leanne, and then Magda.
Thank you, Angela. Hello, everyone, and thank you for being here today. If you're registering your child for Kinder in 2026, you might be wondering who does what in the process. Well, let's break that down. Marlborough Shire Council's role. At Council, we manage the Kindergarten Central Registration and Enrolment Scheme. Council's role in this scheme is accepting registrations online, applying the priority of access criteria to ensure fair and equitable access, allocating kindergartens and sending out offers, and supporting families throughout the registration process, such as changing your kindergarten preference or deferring your child's start to kindergarten. We also provide information on eligibility requirements, key dates, and our central kindergarten registration policy, which you can find on our website. Kindergarten responsibilities. Once you've accepted an offer, the kindergarten takes over. Their role in the scheme includes arranging tours of the kindergarten, completing your child's enrolment, and assigning kindergarten groups and session times. So the key takeaways: Council manages registration and allocation to kindergarten. Kindergartens process the enrolments and assign your kindergarten group and session times. If you need help registering, contact our early years team at Marlborough Shire Council. And if you have any questions about session times or specific programs, reach out directly to your chosen kindergarten. Thank you for your time, and we look forward to supporting your child's kindergarten journey. Thank you.
Thanks, Leanne. As explained, families register through Central Enrolment System through Council. I am a manager of ECMS. I oversee Young Street, Darley and West Manningley kindergartens. Most kindergartens manage enrolments in very similar ways. However, please note that things could work slightly different, so please keep in touch with your kindergarten along the process. Those who receive a place through Council will be sent that kindergarten enrolment from the Early Years Management Service. The first step in enrolment is choosing your preference for your group session or time. This is done through the Early Years Management Service, not Council. The next is the offer for detail and the enrolment link. Please keep an eye out for your email and check your junk mail also. There will be reminders through this process for you to accept and complete your enrolment. Through this process, you'll be supported by the enrolments team through the Early Years Management Services to complete and add supportive documentation such as immunisation and healthcare cards. You'll receive an email confirming that you are in and the form has been submitted. Your kindergarten will then be notified of this confirmation through the online platform, and the kinder will contact you about getting started. Bring on the learning and play, and thanks for your time tonight.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Magda and Leanne. So finally, we would like to also make you aware of some supports that are available to families if it's needed. Council delivers the Multicultural Kindergarten Support Service, which is funded by the Department of Education. This is another part of the Department of Education's Best Start, Best Life reform, and focuses on ensuring that children and families from a CALD background can access the benefits of early childhood education. Council's Multicultural Kindergarten Support Services offers a facilitated playgroup called Ready, Set, Learn, where multicultural families and their children can come along and learn about the benefits of kindergarten, how to get the best out of their early childhood education journey, and connecting with other families. It offers one-to-one supports to families that may need some additional support with their access to kindergarten or prep. We also work with kindergartens themselves to help them create inclusive spaces for all of our community. Next, I'm going to pass to Alana from Babaneek Baboop to talk about her program.
Hi all, thank you for having me to share what our Babaneek Baboop program helps support the community in. So our program supports the health and developmental outcomes of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander children aged 0 to 8 in the City of Melton and Moorabool Shire. And we also support Indigenous pregnant mums in the City of Melton and Moorabool Shire. That support includes a broad range of areas. So we cover child health, engagement with learning, pregnancy and breastfeeding, parent carer support, and cultural connection. So within child health, that's supporting families in maternal and child health key ages and stages, linking in with local general practitioners, helping support with closing the gap health checks. We can also support with allied health services and things like dental and hearing and eye checks as well as helping to link in with paediatric services. Engagement with learning, we work with the local kindergartens and playgroups, and we can also help support in linking you in with CESOs, which are career engagement support officers, for when they're transitioning from kinder into school. You've got pregnancy and breastfeeding is the linking pregnant women and antenatal care, maternity and breastfeeding support services, and helping to make sure that they feel comfortable with that. Parent and carer support in linking in with cultural connection and support groups, and also if there's extra intensive family services needed to be linked in with as well. So it's quite a broad program, and we are sort of the glue that sort of helps you, directs you and supports you in linking in with all these services for your self-determined care.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Alana. If anyone has any more questions about the Babineek Babook program, please do reach out to Alana, and I'm sure she'd love to give you a hand. Lastly, we have Karen to talk about the services offered through Council's maternal and child health team. Karen.
Thanks, Ange. Yeah, in Victoria, all children are entitled to 10 what we call key age and stage visits, from the initial home visit with your new baby to around 3.5-year-old check. If along the way there are any concerns for any family members, we do extra appointments. If your child's around 2 and you may have missed your 2-year-old check, please feel free to call Council and book this in with our maternal and child health service. It doesn't matter if your child's over 2 and it's a bit late, your child's entitled to that checkup. In relation to 3.5 checks, our 3.5-year-old key age and stage visits, this is an important check for many reasons. We will assess your child's development and behaviour, expressive and receptive communication skills, social interaction skills, gross and fine motor skills. We'll look at nutrition and feeding. We'll also discuss the readiness for kinder for your child, knowing that this can be different for each child. We'll do a healthy vision screening test. We'll also discuss healthy dental habits and dental care. And lastly, we'll look at play and safety for your child. If you have any concerns about your child's development, behaviour, or any concerns about their readiness for kinder, at any time you can contact Council and we can have a chat. So hopefully we see you for those 2-year-old and 3.5-year-old checks along the way. Thank you.
That's amazing. Thank you very much, Karen. It is a wonderful service that's available to families and something to consider when you're seeking advice on your child's needs. So if you are thinking about when is the right time for my specific child to start 3-year-old kinder, MCH might be the service to consider to get some help on the answer to that. Thank you for joining us. We hope this has been helpful. Please do reach out to us. Our details are on the screen. If you have any further questions about Moorabool Shire Council's kindergarten registration process or anything else about the early years space. Farewell to you all and good luck on your kindergarten journey.